A day in the life of the Mactaggart family. Meet the Mactaggarts. Brian is a 50-year-old owner of McBurger's Meatpacking Company, which he inherited from his grandfather. He is married to Jennifer, 48, who teaches high school chemistry. Brian and Jennifer met in university. Their eldest daughter, Ruth-Anne, is 18, and their youngest daughter, Angie, is 16. They live in Sarnia, Ontario, and their annual family income is $300,000. The Mactaggart's day starts at 5 a.m. in Sarnia, Ontario, Canada. Jennifer is the first to rise, and she gets up early to go for a walk or run in the neighborhood park. Meanwhile, Brian rises apart from his family in Windsor. Brian splits his time between the two locations of his commercial meatpacking business in Sarnia and Windsor. He was out the night before with the leaders of interested companies and is feeling the effects of the social drinking this morning. Brian craves a cigarette and thinks briefly of his wife's lectures to him about quitting. The girls' days start at 8 a.m. Ruth-Anne helps herself to breakfast and rushes to finish her work for school. She is nearing the end of her senior year in high school and will be attending Dalhousie University in the fall for business, in accordance with her father's wishes. However, Ruth-Anne has always enjoyed the arts and had wished to attend Emily Carr University for Art and Design on the West Coast, before Brian deemed it too impractical. Angie struggles with a severe learning disability and currently reads and completes math at a grade 4 level. She attended a unique, forward-thinking school for children with disabilities up until last year, when the program was cut due to lack of enrollment. Angie now attends a public school special needs program for half days, where she faces social isolation and severe anxiety. The future of Angie's education is in question as she struggles with public education. Jennifer's well-being and teaching career are also suffering as she works part-time to stay home to care for Angie. At noon, Jennifer and Angie return to spend the afternoon at home. Angie is often upset from her morning, and Jennifer is sympathetic to her daughter. However, since spending so much time at home, Jennifer is beginning to suffer from caregiver burnout and finds herself less responsive to Angie's distress. Jennifer has begun to dread the afternoon. Jennifer does not have the social support she needs to properly care for Angie. Jennifer attempts to cope by spending time outside being active and preparing healthy meals for her family. Brian takes his lunch break at noon. His lunch usually consists of processed food or takeout. Brian has poor cooking skills and very little time. After he eats, he takes a smoke break with his workers to maintain good relationships. By 6 o'clock, Ruth-Anne has returned from school. On weekends, Ruth-Anne spends her evenings with friends, but during the week she stays home to help Angie and her mother. Jennifer makes a home-cooked meal every night, and the family eats together whenever possible. After spending much of his day sitting in his office, Brian commutes the hour and a half back home to Sarnia in the evening. He makes the trip between the two cities at least 3 times every week. The Mactaggarts are an average, upper-middle-class family that is faced with unique challenges. But how do these challenges impact their health? Click a determinant of health to explore how each factor impacts the Mactaggarts' lives and the changes that could be made to improve their health on a daily basis. Click the arrows between each determinant of health to analyze how they interact.